Okay, so you're trying to figure out how to get rid of that vocal harshness that you're getting in your mix. I'm going to show you 3 totally different techniques in order to try to accomplish just that. Check this out. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is listen to the vocal. Let's take a listen to the vocal that we have and that we're going to be using in this particular tutorial. Check this out.
And I don't wanna play this game. Now I just don't feel the same. Got me like, I don't wanna go. I'm seeing a ghost. Spun the block and I've been waiting here for you.
Okay, a vocal that is far from perfect. I can hear some of that vocal harshness. The first technique we're going to use in order to combat that harshness is we're going to use dynamic EQ. I'm pulling up the Pro Q4 from FabFilter. What is dynamic EQ? Long story short, a dynamic EQ is basically a hybrid between an EQ and a compressor. What you do is you can select exactly what frequency range you want to quote unquote compress or attenuate. It works like this. If I say to myself, at 2 kilohertz, I hear that vocal harshness or resonance that's bothering me, what I can use is a dynamic EQ. What the dynamic EQ does is allows me to pinpoint exactly where in the frequency spectrum that I want to apply that attenuation. And when it passes a certain threshold, it will compress that or attenuate that particular frequency range. So we're going to use dynamic EQ in order to combat that harshness, because it's not all the time, especially when we do subtle moments like this, as opposed to doing loud moments like this. That 2K frequency is way more prominent and loud and aggressive when we're loud as opposed to being down here. So what I want to do, as opposed to a static cut, is use dynamic EQ to say when that particular frequency crosses a certain threshold, calm it down, tame it, attenuate it, compress it. And that's what we're going to use dynamic EQ for, because it's not all the time, but it's just sometimes that that particular frequency is harsh. Okay, so let's apply this processing. First thing we're going to do is actually find exactly where most of that harshness for us is bothering us. So I'm going to just sweep a little bit and find it. I know, to me, my ear tells me it's in that 1K kind of region, so we're going to do that.
And I don't wanna play this game. Now I just don't feel the same. Got me like, I don't wanna go. I'm seeing a ghost. Spun the block and I've been waiting here for you. You already know.
Okay, right here in that 3K range, that is bothering me a bit. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna use dynamic EQ. On the Pro Q4, I hone in on that spot. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this part up top to trigger that dynamic EQ. So let's do that now.
And I don't wanna play this game. Now I just don't feel the same. Got me like, I don't wanna go. I'm seeing a ghost. Spun the block and I've been waiting here for you. You already know. I should just let you go. Part of me feeling like I never let go.
So you could see when it goes into those more belty moments, it kind of buckles down on that particular range because there's an abundance of frequency that is in that particular spot when I'm louder. So it's maintaining the sound and sonics when I'm quieter. And when it goes to the more belty stuff, it's kind of saying, all right, when it goes past that threshold, I'm going to tame it. So before and after, without first.
And I don't wanna play this game. Now I just don't feel the same. Got me like, I don't wanna go. I'm seeing a ghost. Spun the block and I've been waiting here for you. You already know. I should just let you go. Part of me feeling like I never let go.
So it's just holding that stuff down once it passes a certain threshold. A beautiful thing about this also, and I feel like gets overlooked with doing this type of stuff, is also now that I've kind of gotten this newfound headroom from just kind of taming things, I should and can turn this up. And this allows me to have a louder vocal in my particular sound and being able to get my vocal louder because I've tamed those frequencies that otherwise would destroy people's ears if they listen to over long periods of time. So within the music, without first. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to raise the actual overall level of this as well. Now that we're calming and taming those peaks in that range, we're going to turn over the overall good stuff and bypass this back and forth in context with music. Without first.
And I don't wanna play this game. Now I just don't feel the same. Got me like, I don't wanna go. I'm seeing a ghost. Spun the block and I've been waiting here for you. You already know. I should just let you go. Part of me feeling like I never let go. Feeling like you in control of my mind and soul.
So I'm able to actually get the vocal just a little bit louder as well now that I'm kind of taming that peak, those peaks and stuff like that. I honestly feel like I can actually turn the vocal up a bit more with my process signal now that I've actually tamed it. So that's just one way to do it, dynamic EQ. Let's move on to the next technique or way you can go about it. So the next technique that I have for you is saturation. And I feel like this is probably the lesser popular of the three techniques that I'm going to show you. And this is using saturation in order to tame harshness. Now, what I'm going to do is kind of similar to the dynamic EQ section or part that I showed you. I'm going to find that space again in the vocal sound that I feel like is giving me that harshness somewhere in that 1 to 4K range. And I'm going to apply some saturation, specifically tube saturation. What the tube saturation is going to give me is, and a lot of times what I notice is, it kind of gives me this softening of the transient stuff. It also has a way of feeling like compression. It's a really nice, quote unquote, warm way or warm feeling that it gives to that particular range, which is, I know, is a word that we all kind of despise a bit. So I'm going to show you what adding harmonics from a tube saturation standpoint can do to the harshness of the vocal. So that same exact technique, I'm going to find out, I'm going to turn this way down, and I'm going to find where that harshness I feel is kind of coming from for the most part. So we're going to solo this. I know deep down it's coming from this range, but we're just going to find that sweep, and then we're going to find that range and hone in on it.
And I don't wanna play this game. Now I just don't feel the same. Got me like, I don't wanna go. I'm seeing a ghost. Spun the block and I've been waiting here for you. I already know I should just let you go. Part of me.
So right here feels a little like nasty, and I'm feeling that harshness, stuff like that. Same thing what we felt in the dynamic EQ section. Much different there. Also, one thing to note, I do enjoy broader filters as far as the dB per octave. This defaults in FabFilter Saturn to like 24 dB per octave, but I do prefer the broader filters. Sounds better to me. Just throwing it out there to you. Whole nother tutorial. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to apply some of that tube saturation to it. So I've selected the warm tube, and I'm going to apply some of that tube saturation drive right here.
And I don't wanna play this game. Now I just don't feel the same. Got me like, I don't wanna go. I'm seeing a ghost. Spun the block and I've been waiting here for you. I already know I should just let you go. Part of me feeling like I never. And I don't wanna play this game. Now I just don't feel the same. And I don't wanna play this game. Now I just don't feel the same.
It just has this gentle feel to it now, and it kind of just eased it up, but it feels like this phantom effect because it's so subtle, but the peaks of that particular range that were there before just feel so much smoother and quote unquote warmer in its presentation. So let's bypass it back and forth. Take a listen to this without first.
And I don't wanna play this game. Now I just don't feel the same. Got me like, I don't wanna go. I'm seeing a ghost. Spun the block and I've been waiting here for you. I already know I should just let you go. Part of me feeling like I never let go.
So it eased up on the edginess of that particular spot a bit. Now be very careful with this because you can take out too much of that transient and lively feel and leave you with a vocal that feels just a lot very soft and plushy. So be very subtle with this. But nonetheless, that technique in itself, just adding tube saturation to the range that's giving you that harshness, can really smooth things out, especially with that peak transient kind of stuff, and kind of smooth those transients a bit and stuff like that. So harmonic saturation, great way to kind of get rid of or tame vocal harshness. All right, now let's move on to the third and final technique that I have for you. And with this one, it kind of copies or piggybacks off of the last one. We're gonna use transient shaping in order to dumb down the harshness in a vocal. So kind of similar to what I was saying as far as what saturation did for us, which was softening the transients a bit when it came to the tube saturation. What if we literally just used a transient shaper to dumb down the actual transients of that harsh region? Which you'll notice that when we take the transients of a specific region and de-emphasize it a bit, it doesn't feel as prominent and it smooths out the entire sound in general. Let me show you just what it sounds like. So we're gonna go to that same range. I know that that range is about right here, 3.2 kilohertz. Let's listen to this range right quick.
And I don't wanna play this game. Now I just don't feel the same. Got me like.
Cool. So right there is where I'm feeling that harshness and stuff like that. And what we're going to do is with split EQ allows me to affect the transient information different from the tone of the actual information. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the transient part of the split EQ and I'm going to de-emphasize the transient of that particular range. So check this out. Let's de-emphasize the transients of this range. I'm soloing the band as well.
And I don't wanna play this game. Now I just don't feel the same. Got me like, I don't wanna go. I'm seeing a ghost. Spun the block and I've been waiting here for you. I already know I should just let you go. Part of me feeling like I never let go.
Smooths out that range in particular. Now let's hear that with the full spectrum of the vocal. Now, granted, I am exaggerating the effect just so you can hear it on whatever you're listening to it and for the purpose of the tutorial. Bypass back and forth. Without first.
And I don't wanna play this game. Now I just don't feel the same. Got me like, I don't wanna go. I'm seeing a ghost. Spun the block and I've been waiting here for you. I already know I should just let you go. Part of me feeling like I never let go.
So it just feels a bit smoother. Now, granted, be very careful with this, but it does make that range just feel a little bit smoother by us de-emphasizing the transient information in that particular place. And thus, I am able to, now, I can turn up the overall volume of the vocal because that particular range isn't poking out as much as it did before. So those are three really simple, to be honest with you, techniques that sometimes I employ to get rid of vocal harshness. There's 1,000 different ways to do it, from de-essers and all kinds of cool ways, surgical EQ, but I just wanted to put your ear on 3 different ones. I also, just as a bonus, want to bring up that using this on high end to smooth out high end as far as the split EQ and kind of softening the transients is powerful too. You could take this and basically calm some of that high end transient stuff that's up there, and it really has a nice sound of smoothing out the high end as well. So 3 powerful techniques. Use them however you want, and then let me know in the comment section below what are some other techniques that you have also seen or used to kind of combat vocal harshness and stuff like that. I hope it helps. Please make sure you comment, subscribe, like in the whole 9, and if you have any videos that you would like me to make next, please let me know in the comment section below. Also, become a member. We really appreciate it. It really helps to keep this channel going. And also visit helpmedevvon.com at any time to get you some goodies, some plugins, bypass, a bunch of our really cool stuff that we have in the store. I hope that helped, and until next time, y'all.